channel of this woman, and she basically has a pile of animals, and she'll pick it up and she'll go, Dalmatian dog, red fox, and she'll just say the names, and they watch this channel for hours. Like for an hour, and I hate it when
Mouse.
they do that. So
Coffee.
it's always good to have someone who tells you, that didn't work. That was wrong. Not because you want to hear it's wrong, but because that that's someone that's going to tell you the truth.
Hmm.
I don't want someone to tell me, oh, that was great. That was really wonderful. And then turn around and go, what is she doing?
It's nice to encourage, but it's also nice to say, hey, maybe rethink this, or take something and ask a few more follow-up questions to understand your reasoning behind that. And the last time it happened to me, the person actually helped me uncover this unfounded, founded foundation, unfounded foundation. I love that, that I had in my head. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. So time to retweak that foundation first, and then it'll allow me to ask better questions, to think about it differently.
We can push ourselves out of our comfort zone, more and more, which is great. But then you reach a point where it's like, you can't do it yourself. You need someone to sort of shine a light on the inside that you're hiding, like open a drawer, whatever.
A lot of the times, people are surprised um, by how candid we can be. I can't believe she
Yeah.
just said that out loud, right? Like yesterday, I was talking about detaching yourself from your website, your emails, your stuff. The fact that I took half-baked stuff and I went on a YouTube to get torn down, that's something that surprises people. I would never be able to do that. What do you mean? And it's going to stay on the internet forever?
Ever and
Right?
ever.
Right. So yeah, that can the fact that we can be candid also, I think it surprises people. I think that's from my experience.
When people talk about vulnerability, that you should be vulnerable on your posts or in your videos or whatever. I mean, let's take that to real life. What you're doing is you're in essence saying, okay, I know I need a rebrand. I know I need to do something with my website. Let's take it to the pros. Let's have them tear it down and tell me what's wrong with it. I think that's vulnerability at its best. And you're not doing it for the views. You're not doing it for the likes. You're doing it to learn. You're just sharing it with the public. I don't share about my family life. Well, other than the Excel spreadsheet of animals, which I just want to say we got more, just for the record. But I don't share.
I need proof.
Has to be said.
You had to show me
They
one
found
last
the
week.
package. I think they opened. Oh no! Wait, here it is. Proof.
Ah,
I can't see my own. I did
get it
hide
closer.
self view.
Get
This
it
is,
closer.
and my husband was like, "Well, we don't have this bee, and we don't have this bat. That's why we had to buy this entire bag." Proof. Just
Wow.
off tangent, but proof that it does exist. Wait, no, I have to tell you this. They have found a YouTube channel of this woman. I don't know where she's from, maybe the Philippines or somewhere in that area, in that region, just by the accent. And she basically has a pile of animals, and she'll pick it up and she'll go, Dalmatian dog, red fox, and she'll just say the names, and they watch this channel for hours. I for an hour, and I hate it when
Mouse.
they do that. So
Coffee.
she does it
Yeah.
with animals. Basically, like the real authentic vulnerability. And these are words that have been like, I don't know the word for this in English, just like they've been pounded to death. But yeah, I know you cringe, but that's what you were doing. When you go on and you ask Mario or whomever to tear down your own website so that you can learn how it can be improved for next time, and you're sharing it, the fact that you do it is wonderful. That shows your vulnerability and your authenticity to yourself. But the fact that you're sharing it, that shows that I'm not just thinking about how I can do this for myself. I want others to benefit from it. And I'm not embarrassed by the fact that I need to improve. I just told a copywriter friend of mine, my website is great. It's serving me wonderfully. But in 4 months' time, I'm going to have to start revisiting it. I already know that. I already know that it's no longer serving what I need it to serve. The content is great, just the messaging is off now. So why not record that process? I'm just thinking out loud after what you did yesterday, like why not record the process of trying to find, maybe you won't share it, but maybe you will. Maybe you'll have those golden nuggets in there that, you can pull out. Recording yourself doing something hard, that's the authentic side of things. That's the vulnerable side of things. And you don't have to share it, But when you get past that, when you, I don't know, Esther Kurt said it was a 40-year-old thing. I don't know. I'm almost in my 50s now. So it's like if I can help somebody else by sharing my difficulty, then it's win-win for everyone.
As long as you're complementing all this with, hey, this is like Doug says, make sure, number one thing, make sure they know exactly what you can do for them, right? Which is what most of us struggle with, right? That social proof, all that stuff, bring in that proof, which is also proof for us, but bring in that proof. And then on the side, you could be just you could share your stuff. It's one, I think when we're all starting out, the idea of, we struggle and all that, and being open about our struggles, at a certain point, if you're not, being positive about it, and it's just struggle, no one wants to be around you, right? What are you learning from? What are you like,
Yeah.
something positive from that? And then everyone comes in to help. Everyone's happy to, right? To help you along your journey. So if it's just vulnerability, like I struggle here and I struggle and I struggle and I struggle.
It's interesting that you would say that because first of all, I tend to agree. I don't want someone who's going to pull me down. And I was in those kinds of relationships. Jamal talks about this all the time. I feel like
Check your
he's,
trees. That's going to be my next t-shirt, I think. I'm going to send him one. Check your trees. That post was amazing.
you don't, the people that you surround yourself with are pulling you in a certain direction. I always say my life is a miracle because I didn't get pulled in certain directions that was obvious that I should have been pulled to them. And, I'm like, thank you, God, for, not doing that to me. But you have throughout your life, if you look at that history, the people that are like constantly depressed. And I was connected to a lot of those people and I was going in that direction. And nobody wants to be around that Debbie Downer, and it's not just that, SNL didn't make her just because they made her because there are characters like that, people who will always pull you down. But sharing your struggles isn't necessarily being a downer. Sharing your struggles, like you said, if you're learning from them, if you're open to hearing, not advice necessarily. Luke posted about that the other day. He's sharing his struggles not because he wants advice. He's sharing it because he wants to share it, and that's who he is, and that's his. And it's very clear because he doesn't share it in a depressed kind of way. He always has like this humor, and he's such a softie. He had a soft heart. But sorry, Luke, you do. But sharing your struggles so that others can, yeah, exactly. Sharing your struggles so that others can learn from them and can help you if you need it. You may not want advice from strangers. I don't want advice from strangers, honestly. Thank you. I know how to look for advice on YouTube or on Google on my own, Or apparently now TikTok is the new place to search for advice. I don't know.
Do you know how many subscribers we have in almost 2 weeks?
I think we're like at 21.
We
That was the last
are.
time I checked.
We are. We are. We are amazing. We passed the bar, the 20 subscribers. Can we talk about your video that went viral?
What video of
with
mine went viral?
with 359 views on our channel. What happened here? What's going on here?
159 views. Okay, go into analytics. Let's look at the analytics for this. First of all, 40 views on Let's Get This Party Started, just so you know, which is also like a full episode. That's not bad at all. So first of all, let's just look at this, okay? We've had almost 10 hours of watch time. Mind you, our clips are like 15 to 20 minutes at the longest. So people have actually watched, which is, really nice to see. The peak was August 26th. Is that when you went with?
We launched
Oh,
on
wow.
a Wednesday, and that was the Friday. Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
The funnel. Okay, so impressions.
Yeah, impressions. So 58% from from YouTube recommending our content. That means YouTube is recommended. It's the algorithm has caught something. It obviously caught that the grass is always greener. I'm wondering what the retention on that is though, on that clip.
We're gonna find out.
People drop off more or less at around the 22nd point. But 30 something percent watched it through the end. Unique viewers, wow.
And the previous 2 days are still processing, apparently.
Yeah, that's interesting. What's the traffic source?
Shorts feed.
Shorts feed. Wow, that means it really picks it up. That's why. I don't know what caused it to pick it up though.
But hang on a minute. Where is LinkedIn? Nowhere here to be seen.
Because we're not posting these on LinkedIn now. We posted it on LinkedIn way
True.
back
Hmm.
when. I posted it regardless of YouTube. Like I posted it as just a clip within LinkedIn. But
Hmm.
it's very interesting.
Hmm.
I stopped doing that because I wanted to keep it more for unique for YouTube. But it's very, very interesting.
I'm going to segue into duration, right? This is something we went back and forth on.
Mhm.
We spoke about this in season one, and on WhatsApp the last few days we have been going back and forth on this. And now, any investment, for example, you said subtitles. It's much easier to do the shorter it is, and we don't need to outsource or anything that. So let's talk about duration in terms of engagement first of all, right? What I try to do is, um, say, okay, it's going to be 20 minutes, not more, and I have to be ruthless.
If you watch the pros at certain dips in the process, in the clip, sorry, you'll see them do something. So when you're editing this, we have that cold open that we talked about. So that's great. That's going to keep retention for the first few seconds, right? That's going to be the first 10 seconds. And then people will talk until we get to that point, which is, let's say, 3 minutes in. But we don't want to lose people after they know what it is. So right after that, something has to happen. That has to be where we segue into talking about the animals, talking about the merch, talking about something that's off tangent, that's funny. So as we're editing, it's not just editing linear. Oh, this was the course of the conversation that we had. Let's keep it in this course. No, it
Oh
has
yeah.
to be, let's keep the funny parts for when, we've talked about something serious and then we want to get it back up and get the energy levels back up. That's where we want to push it in. You said in the beginning, if this causes one person to take one step forward in where they're doing, it's worth it. It's caused me to take more steps forward in my video production, my own video production. I sat in this room with the green screen the other day and I recorded myself and the lighting was horrific. And I sent it to my editor and they were great clips. Some really great stuff. He's like, I can't do anything with it. The green screen is over, like explode, whatever. So I did not get tired or anything. I went to the other room next to a huge window with great lighting. I didn't put up a green screen this time, and I just reshot the videos. And there was no script. This was like off the cuff. It was on, there's topics, but I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm putting a process in place. I'm doing this. I'm getting my video content up for my own channel. Why? Because if we can do this for off tangent, there's absolutely no reason not to do it in your own stuff. And it's a learning process for me because I'm learning how to do it so that I can then offer more for my clients. I'm learning a lot about the tools that I use. I'm learning a lot about more delegation. Have I mentioned delegation? Because you know what? When you delegate, you want to delegate more. Sorry for that yelling.
You have not mentioned delegation yet.
You know, I think this is an important topic, but maybe not for today. But.
Well, for anyone watching, if this makes it, if you want to learn about delegation, you could just watch episode 1, episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of season 1.
Watch season 1, you'll get what we're talking about.
I am not going to invest in bigger, in a camera and all that. But yes, improve my lighting a lot more. So yesterday we stuck around at the multilingual Monday meetup. It's like, let me see if I can get this. Yeah, shout out to Andrew and to Junaid for moderating and Lashonda for making
That
it
was
accessible.
phenomenal watching her
Yeah,
do that. That was like,
I
do you
was
know
like,
how sharp
wow.
you have to be to keep track of what's going on in the conversation? I find that phenomenal.
Just made me think, wow, look at that lighting, right? I really like the lighting. Really like it. So I think the lighting is something that I'm going to invest in a bit more.
So I've been looking into the different Loom Cube options, and I have a meeting with her planned for Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. I have a meeting with her planned for tomorrow, so I'm going to ask her about that. But there are a number of Loom cubes that you can get.
So how does this Loom cube, if it's just a cube, how does it?
So it has special edge technology. So there are two different kinds. I've
I
looked
love it.
into it. I've read the
The-
manual. I've read the manual. I'm going to geek out about this now.
it has special edge technology.
So, as I was saying before I was laughed off the stage, basically it has different layers of light and it goes through different filters so that when it hits you, it's filtered. And the square one doesn't have the same technology, but it's like a broadcast light, but it has like not distributor, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Basically it puts the light out that's strong, but it also, it's a diffuser, so it diffuses the light on you. The thing about lighting, the Lume Cube is great if you want to just plop it onto your computer or plop it in front of you, like behind your camera or whatever. But good lighting, and we've talked about this before, isn't a one light show. It's a 3 to 4 light show, because you have one that's the key light, and then you have another one that's adding in for the shadows, and then you have one in the back.
If I do buy something, it'll be first lighting and then that, and then I'm gonna change the cushions of whatever they're called.
I want new earphones. I've looked into them, but I don't know which to buy.
Did you see Janaya's
Put your
earphones?
recommendations down below. Sorry.
Yes, please do drop your recommendations for earphones. I think Bose, Bose, is that, am I pronouncing it right? Bose, yeah, those are really good. A bit pricey, but they're really good. Janaya's earphones just looked like he was just about to take off, like, and he did take us all off, just like